I think I have a decent opener for us today. Whenever you're ready.
Better than my opener, because I want to talk about Marvel Rivals, which is sponsoring this. I'm kidding. It's not. It's guys. It's Overwatch 1. It's. I mean, it's fun. It's free. 30 free characters and good Marvel characters. And I played it. It's fine. It's still Overwatch though.
I was gonna say it looked fun at PAX, but it just it didn't seem like new. You know.
It's not. It's like the newest, latest hero shooter. Granted, it's 100% free, and at start has like 30 something characters, and that's a big fucking thing that none of the other ones have.
Yeah, but that's pretty chill.
It's still like a PvP hero shooter, and I'm just kind of over that. Yeah, Spider-Man's hard to play.
I feel like I haven't. What's hard to play about him?
I mean, he just has a higher difficulty. Like it's one of the ones where like you have to play with him for a bit to like kind of get it and go okay. But he's like close ranged. Jeff the Shark is in it. That was my biggest hook.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because Jeff the Shark is like a newer character, and he was like in it, and I'm like, I gotta try this game out.
You're like, now I'm in. I'm sold.
But I mean, it's the monetization in it is purely cosmetic, which is fine, I guess. But he's already seen as the most toxic character. Fact checker said.
Beautiful.
Probably because only toxic people are playing him. He does have this. His ultimate is like he just encompasses an area, eats everybody, and then could like Tom Kench style, so even allies, and then throw everybody off of a cliff.
Fuck yeah.
You don't know who Tom Kench is, don't.
No. I was saying nice to the mechanic of it just fucks with everybody and is like. Bleh.
But I mean, I've been playing more Infinity Nikki because that game is.
Infinity Nikki looked so fucking pretty at PAX. I can't believe it's free. That's insane.
Yeah. It's like the latest in the Nikki series, but it's probably it's easily the best one. But it's like very Mario Odyssey like, but like also meets. Not cottagecore, but very cozy. Like there's fish catching and bug catching and animal grooming and stuff and like crafting dresses, and the dresses have abilities. And like the part I just unlocked is like where there's like fashion contests where like your Team Rocket challenges you to a fashion off, and you got to pick an outfit that has more cool rating or sexy rating to like beat them.
I love that so much.
There are comas. Yeah, fact checker is reminding me that. The like antagonist of the game is everybody's in a coma for some reason. What? I'm not that far in, but I'm loving the game.
That was a typo. Everybody's in a coma?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And there's witches and stuff. It's a great game. I'm loving it.
All right. Beautiful.
I mean, the biggest news today, is that CEO gunman was potentially caught.
Yeah, could you explain that? Because I know absolutely nothing about that situation. I just keep seeing the memes, and I've yet to actually attempt to even read an article about it, so I know dick squat about it.
Basically, there's this CEO of... I already forget which one it is. UHSC or whatever?
What?
It's United Healthcare. Basically...
Luigi Mangione identified as suspect in United Healthcare CEO killing.
Yeah, United Healthcare is a insurance company that has the highest denial rate of any other healthcare thing. And it's worth pointing out that this CEO was just about to implement an AI program that would automatically deny like 90% of claims, forcing you to like reappeal.
Douche twat.
Oh, this guy sucks. And he was gunned down in the street like a dog that he is. The bullets like had deny, defend, depose like engraved on them, and there's coincidentally
going through the effort to engrave shit before you shoot somebody is kind of a baller move.
Yeah, there's also coincidentally a book about insurance companies not paying claims called Delay, Deny, Defend. So
wow,
it's clearly like there was motive behind this, but apparently the type of gun he used was like used it on farms to like kill pigs or something, which is fitting, but I want to be extra clear. I'm not condoning murder.
Yeah, we don't condone murder.
But in a world where karma does not exist and bad things happen to good people pretty much hourly, I kind of refuse to feel guilty when an enormous evil piece of shit getting what they deserve brings kind of a smile to my face.
Valid. Yeah, no, don't condone violence, but also, I don't know, don't be a terrible fucking person either. Both are bad.
Yeah, the real bullshit, though, is how I've never seen cops work so hard in my life before this moment. In New York City, they're analyzing pixels and picking up trash. Like there's protein bar wrappers and water bottles on the escape path.
God.
And they're like testing for DNA. It's fucking New York. That shit was left by somebody else.
Yeah.
And also, how many
wild.
untested rape kits have been sitting for years in the New York fucking...
Just how many, like, unsolved crimes did you put minimal fucking effort into compared to this?
Well, those are poor people. Nobody cares. The CEO is a big thing.
Absolutely.
But the untested rape kits, like, aren't even usable anymore. I don't think they've ever worked as hard against mass shooters in general. I know they don't. I'm looking at, like, Uvalde, Texas.
He's not even considered a mass shooter, right? He only shot one person?
But mass shooters happen, and then fucking... Yeah. We've taken this newer stance at refusing to name mass shooters or show their face and try to obfuscate their existence, because a lot of time that's their goal, which is a good step because fuck those guys. But this guy is like, they're like, everybody find his name and plaster him all over the internet. And I mean, the reception of him has been less than negative. I'm just laying math out. People have been kind of like, well, good. I don't care. He's not a harm to us. Again, killing is wrong. We already covered that. I said it. That's off the table. But
blanket statement.
Why shoot up gay clubs or schools when CEO boardrooms may kind of sort of benefit humankind and get the notoriety you're asking for? Again, that's wrong. That's wrong. We do not condone it on this show. Absolutely not.
Just saying, if you're gonna do evil for the sake of good. Be Dexter, is what Kimmich is saying. He said murder's not okay, but be Dexter.
I just started watching Dexter because I don't have Supernatural anymore, so I'm fucking filtering around shows, and I'm like halfway through it.
Have you ever watched Dexter?
No.
Oh, it's a pretty good show. It's definitely one of those ones that like drops off after a while, but as far as like...
Don't tell me that. I'm in the middle of it.
No, like I don't know. I like the ending, but it's definitely...
Don't say anything else.
Okay.
Because no, I mean, like, I'm one of those people.
I'm
one of those people where like somebody's just like, yeah, but the twist is like kind of dumb, and I'm like, don't say that because now I know there's a twist, and now I know I'm expecting something. Or if somebody's I didn't like the ending, it's like, well, now I'm expecting bad ending. Like, don't.
I'm just gonna really downplay it and be like,
I don't tell
awful,
people
so that when you get there, you're like, it's not bad.
I usually don't tell people I'm watching anything until I'm done because I don't want to subvert my expectations. I like going into something blind and like getting my own opinion. Because
okay, that's fair.
Sometimes,
next time I will hold it.
Yeah, sometimes like I'll watch something and I'll like have an opinion, but then like I'll see somebody else's opinion and they're like, they're illuminating things that I didn't know about before, and I'm like, oh yeah, and my opinion of it kind of shifts, and I don't want that until I'm done at least.
Yeah, that's fair. That's valid. All right. Next time we talk about a show, I will hold my peace if I've seen it before. It's just so rare that I've seen things before you've seen them.
I know. I mean, I know I'm guilty of this too, but you do like a lot of like, you start a show, watch a little bit, and then you're like fucking walk away from it. I do that all the time with so many shows.
Oh God, yeah. I restarted Arcane recently because obviously with the second season coming out, a bunch of people are talking about it, and I had gotten to 1.5 episodes. So I was like, oh, I gotta start back at the beginning because I watched these forever ago when it came out. Not because I didn't like it.
Thank you, Fact Checker. Fact Checker reminded me that Anthem Blue Cross Shield was in certain states, I think Connecticut and like a couple others, were about to implement a new policy where they only pay for anesthesia for a certain amount of time and they will not pay after that.
Fuck?
Which is fucking stupid
I'm
and
sorry.
crazy.
So if like any complication happens or it takes longer than normal or it like takes longer than a certain amount of time, you stop paying for my anesthesia?
Yeah.
The amount of money that we pay for health insurance for them to fucking cherry pick shit like this is crazy to me.
Yeah, it's almost like shooting a fucking piece of shit pig CEO in the street is like not seen as a bad thing.
Yeah.
Again,
dude.
I'm not condoning it. But anyway, after this whole thing happened, like Anthem announced that this thing was happening in these states, and then the CEO got shot, and then the next fucking day they're like, we're not going to move forward with this policy change.
Well, you know what? Sometimes violent protest is effective.
Yeah, Reddit.
Not condoning violence.
I'm not condoning violence at all. I'm just saying that, like, why not put a guillotine in the town square just for decoration? We're not going to use it. We'll make it out of paper mache. It'll be super safe. But, like...
democracy, we get to vote.
I'm just saying that, like, piece of shit billionaires kill millions of people a year through their dumb policies, and they're like, oh, I didn't do it. And it's like, you kind of did.
You did, though.
They don't have any fear. Oftentimes, I'll watch, like, a video of, like, a Karen being a bitch, just, like, flat out in, like, a Costco, and I always, like, mutter under my breath, or actually out loud, and everybody could hear it, that, like, people walk around acting like they can't just get stabbed randomly anymore, and I kind of hate that. Nobody has fear of, like, oh, I can't just say whatever I want because people are just gonna fucking kill me. No, they do not have that fear anymore, and I kind of don't like it. So
we need to bring enough chaos back
violence.
that people start respecting shit more.
Yeah, I want CEOs to be like, oh, well, maybe we should rethink a couple policies.
Bring back enough violence that people are scared to make bullshit fucking decisions on behalf of other people.
Again, we don't condone violence. We're not going to do violence. We do not want you, listener, to do violence either. But clearly, if you're not listening to this show, you're doing violence. And once you listen to this show, no more violence. Bad.
Yes. So, is that like if you went into a courtroom and you had done a violence, and they asked you if you'd listen to Whoopah yet, and you said no, they're like, well, shit, you're in a gray zone. But from here on out, you gotta listen to them, no violence.
They're on your radar now. They are on your radar.
You know about it now, so this is your one get-out-of-jail-free card for stabbing that lady in the Walmart.
We get that she was a bitch.
We sympathize, but this is your last one. Welcome to We Have That Podcast at Home, the only podcast to be so far up Santa's ass we can smell the candy canes in his breath. I'm on-brand Rachel.
And I'm on-brand Gamage, and maybe that wasn't candy cane, maybe it was just peppermint schnapps.
Yeah, it also might not be Santa. He was just sort of sleeping behind the local Red Lobster in a red suit.
Maybe it wasn't Santa. But
he might be inside the wrong guy.
Don't drag me into this. Rachel's performing a fucking colonoscopy on a hobo. And I'm over here trying to do a podcast. Each week we spin a wheel, Russian roulette style, to see what we're gonna do. And last week we landed on, I forget what we landed on, but like we threw it out anyway because Santa sent us a letter.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay, so actually here's what happened is we sent Santa a letter, but Gimage and I are both a little fucked up, so we accidentally sent Satan a letter. But Santa wrote us back anyway, which is real cool.
Yeah, I misspelled Santa. I misspelled Satan. See, there I go again. I'm not having a good day.
Yeah, and I'm dyslexic, so I did not catch it when I proofread it. My bad, dog.
Rachel's not dyslexic.
Did I say I'm not dyslexic?
No, I said you're not dyslexic. You said you're dyslexic, and I'm calling it bullshit. We were both fucking heavily drunk. It's okay.
Yeah, I can't lie to you.
You can't have me holding the bag saying I'm drunk, and you're like, I wasn't drunk. I was responsible. Well, I have a medical condition. Fuck you.
I didn't know you were going to admit to being drunk. If we're admitting to that, I also took a lot of mushrooms when we split that handle of Rumplemints, okay?
Back to the Rumplemints.
I might have gotten a homeless man drunk. I'm not really sure what's happening.
So what were you going to say about what?
Anyway, no, okay, so have you ever read A Christmas Carol?
Yeah.
I read it for the very first time the other day, and I have a theory.
All right.
I think that Scrooge is gay. And let me explain. Because when I first started talking about this with my mom...
No, you can't do this, because last week you were trying to paint Scrooge as a criminal, and...
Well, I see him in it. No, that was for we decided it was not canon.
I mean, it's not that we decided. It just straight up wasn't canon. We're not like a council.
Look, I have seen all of 2 A Christmas Carol things, but each once in my life, and it was a long time ago. One I think is Jim Carrey CGI'd
I never
in
watched
a weird
that one.
CGI A Christmas Carol. It was that weird era where they wanted things to be hyper realistic, but they couldn't really nail the head, like the hammer. Oh my God. Hit the nail on the head is what I'm trying to say.
Jesus Christ.
I know. I don't know how to talk. I don't know why you invited me to do a podcast.
Fact checker said Jim Carrey didn't do that one. I'm pretty sure he did, bitch.
I'm pretty sure he did.
He was the live action costume one. That wasn't live action. That was an awful CG.
Yeah.
Fact check yourself, bitch.
It was good CG to a point. Like, it wasn't Polar Express Uncanny Valley or anything, but it just felt a little off. Like, they're a little too Gumby.
Yeah, it came out well after Polar Express, so like I'm sure they kind of fucking hashed out some of the stuff, but it's still kind of, it looks good when it came out, but like now it's like, ugh.
Yeah,
that's
well, and
they
felt a little ragdolly. I think it came out at the same time as like Beowulf.
Oh, I was thinking of the Grinch. Yeah, we know. You're sick. It's okay. She's going through some morning sickness or something.
Oh God, are you pregnant with another cat?
I'm not pregnant. No.
Oh, okay. Brittany's pregnant with another cat. Got it.
She's not pregnant. She ate bad turkey is what happened.
In the morning?
In her morning.
Okay. Oh yeah, because it's her morning now. That's fair.
I mean, that's what I keep saying. Turkey's bad for you, and she fucking keeps learning the lesson the wrong way. That's on her.
Like, specifically the one that's in the fridge now. It's from 3 weeks ago. Stop eating it.
It was chicken, she says. Oh, my bad.
Lies. Slander. You don't know which bird it was. Anyway, no. So when
was the
I
other
first...
one the Muppet one?
What? Oh, which one he was in?
Oh, no, I mean, was the other Christmas Carol one you watched the Muppet one?
No, it was like Scrooge McDuck.
I mean, that's fair. That's a good one. It was good enough that like it created a whole comic book around Scrooge and went on to become DuckTales and shit. It's good.
Exactly. Yeah.
You gotta watch the Muppet one with like Michael Caine. Fuck, it's good.
I don't know if I've seen that. I've seen many a Muppet thing.
Michael Caine is Scrooge in this one, and it's good. Kermit's in it, you know. Muppets.
Kermit's in it. Yeah. I'll have to add that to my December watch list for Christmas this year.
Don't forget the best Christmas movie, Tokyo Godfathers.
Oh, yes. I loved watching that last year. Thank you for reminding me
that
that's a fantastic Christmas movie.
It's free on YouTube, boys and girls.
Fuck yes, it is. Oh my God. Are you kidding?
No, that's
awesome.
That's how I recommended it last year, too. Anyway, get on to your story, because we do have a job to do sometime.
Yes, we do.
Here.
Yeah, we'll talk about our Santa letter in a second. No, so I read A Christmas Carol. I talked to my mom. I said, I think Scrooge is gay. And she goes, I think you just think everybody's gay. And I said, no, let me present to you my facts. I was like, initially, I get what you're saying. I'm biased.
Look, I get it. You're not
You're
wrong.
not exactly. No, so the story opens with the narrator emphatically informing us that Scrooge's partner, who is only ever referred to as his business partner, I literally think once, I'm willing to say twice in the entire book, and every other time it's partner. It's the narrator emphatically informing us that Scrooge's partner died, and we have to believe this to understand why Scrooge is the way he is and why the story plays out the way it plays out. Scrooge has become a terrible person since his partner died.
I'd like to flag you down first. Hold on.
Yes.
Is that this book was written before partner was referred to as a relationship partner.
I understand, but I'm just saying.
I just want to say
it was funny to me.
Devil's advocate here.
No, I started, and when it started like that, I knew that they meant business partner, but I was like, haha, that's funny. And then we got further in. He lives in his partner's house after he dies. And then he, like, uses the same office desk space that his partner used and never takes his partner's name off the building. And I'm like, I feel like those things are kind of gay.
It's a
Like,
little.
I don't
It's
think
a
if
little
you
interesting,
died,
yes.
I would move into your bedroom and start using your desk. That would be weird.
It is a little. It's a little off. I'll give you that.
It's a little homoerotic, just a smidge. And then it talks about him liking a lady once, but it never refers to him having any sort of romantic partner ever after that. And also, it's still a little queer coded that the person that tries to save him from his own shitty mortality is his business partner. It's like when they're like, they were roommates, they were business partners.
Or cousins. I love the cousins one.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, they were cousins.
That was the translation for Sailor Moon back in like the 90s. There's two Sailor Moon characters, Uranus and Saturn, I believe. Uranus
Not
and
to be
Neptune.
confused with Uranus.
That like were fucking. They were fucking. They were lesbian. But then like when it got translated into the American, they're like they're cousins.
They're just really close cousins. It's fine.
We can't teach Americans about them Japanese gays, which is funny.
Japanese gays. Scrooge and Marley is a 2012 film adaptation of Charles Dickens,
Adaptation.
which is retold from a gay perspective. That's awesome.
I kind of hope that they like marketed it like this is the gay version and it's literally the same word for word.
That would be awesome. Nothing is different.
Minute.
It's just the same exact film. They actually got sued for a lot of film rights. Oh my god, that'd be so funny. Oh fuck. But yeah, that's my Christmas thing for you, is I'm pretty sure Scrooge is gay.
All right.
Or he's at least bi-curious.
I mean, sure. I mean, I think more is that like this is when did Christmas Carol take place? Like the early 1900s or whatever?
It was written in 1843.
Yeah, 1843. It's sitting right there. It says 1843 in my face.
Yes.
1843. I don't think anybody in the 1% rich crowd was gay.
You don't know that. They might have just hid that they were gay. There's lots of people that pretend like they're not gay and live perfectly normal not gay lives. In their little closet.
Anyway, check out this letter from Santa. Do you want to read it?
Yeah, no, I was going to ask you if you wanted to talk about our letter from Santa.
Yes, we got a letter. It's a long letter with like a bunch of legal jargon. We had to have our lawyers look at it.
We had to sign it.
Yeah, but basically the nitty gritty is that Santa is hiring us because he heard our episode about the Halloween thing and thought, nice. But he wanted us to help rebrand Christmas into a cooler, hipper version than it already is.
Yeah, he said that it's been
1 week since you looked at me.
Yeah. Okay, that one I actually get. It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
Everybody knows
head to
Bare
the side
Naked
and
Ladies.
said I'm sorry. I know, but if I get a reference, I have to take advantage of it, because how many am I ever gonna get? This is probably like the second one, and this will be where it stops.
I mean, Oingo Boingo was like already like you got some serious street cred from that one. So
Oh, good. I'm glad.
everybody gets 3.
Everybody gets 3. Thank you, fact checker. Yeah, he said that Christmas has been like kind of traditional and stagnant for far too long, and he's ready to modernize, get hip with the youth.
I mean, like modern Christmas especially is already like 8 different like old traditions in a trench coat. So
yeah,
why not add a little bit more under that trench coat and make it kind of sexy and hip?
Yeah.
And who knows more about sexy and hip than us?
Yup. We're the sexiest, hippest people you know.
I mean, I have a hip. I have 2 hips, I think. Or is it just one because it's the pelvis?
Okay, I thought about this the other day.
Jesus
somebody
Christ.
said the word hips, plural. And I'm like, is it? I get that we refer to each side as a hip, but it's the one bone. It's the same shit. It's just a hip. It's a hip. We do not have 2.
That is hard because I'm like trying to think of other parts of the body, and I'm like, what about breast? Because you only have like one breastbone, the rib cage, but like the breasts aren't exactly the rib cage.
Yeah, there's
the,
like
the
separate
bit on top.
tissue. Yeah,
it's a hard one.
That's like being like you have one nipple because your skin's all skin.
Yeah,
doesn't track. Doesn't quite meet the criteria.
You have 2 hip. Thank you, fact checker, for saying what you already know.
There we go.
2 hip joints,
fair.
one at the top of the other end of your thigh bones.
Yeah, I guess that would make sense. That would make it hips.
Yes, hips.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
all right.
as you
We
can
don't
tell,
have
we're
to.
so fucking cool. We're ready to rebrand Christmas.
Yeah, we know so much about being sexy that we know that
just
there's 2 hips now.
We
Look
just
at us.
halt the whole episode to talk about the complexities of the human body. We're ready to fucking make Christmas rad again.
Yes. Let's make Christmas awful.
MCRA Mikra. Make Christmas rad again.
Make
Shut
Christmas
up. I'm
rad
doing
again.
something.
I thought you said make Christmas bad again.
No, rad.
Okay.
Or bad in the like kind of hip, like that's bad, like, or bad bitch kind of way.
Yeah, that's
like,
where I
bad
thought
is
you were
good.
going. Yes, good is bad.
We suck
bad
with
is good.
words because we don't know what negative is anymore, because all the negative becomes good.
I also don't know what words are. I'm illiterate.
This is Rachel's first time speaking. Like, usually, like, we just kind of like hook up electrodes to a hot dog and send different electric pulses to make certain sounds. And that's Rachel. That's how she's been. But now we've like given her a magic bean that makes her able to speak. And this is her first time actually using words. So let's congratulate her.
Hold on. There was 1 week where I'm not going to say I used words, but there was like a microphone plugged in and it automatically moved my jaw, but it was somebody else talking and there was just sort of a speaker in the back of my throat. And I feel like that's pretty close to me using words before, which is why I think I'm so eloquently speaking.
Marionette. Yes, you're right, fact checker. Rachel is a marionette hot dog. Is
a ventriloquism hot dog.
Is the canon here.
I like that I'm just a hot dog hooked up to electrodes.
I mean, that was the first thing that came to mind, but now here we are.
Let's talk about Christmas shit. Where do you want to start? Inside or outside of the house?
You're saying you want to approach this the same way we did the Halloween one?
I'm not sure if we should do it that way or for like through the process of Christmas. Like, should we start at sending a letter to Santa or should we start with like decorating? Like, what do you think people do first in the month of December or November if you're Costco?
I want to focus on the facets of Christmas, not so much like the decorations, but like what parts of Christmas are like, oh, yeah, that's Christmas. You see it and you think Christmas. Like, how do we take those and make them fucking cool for the kids?
Okay. Yeah,
you said letters, and I want to address that part. I think, all right, so first of all, let's address the elephant in the room. Christmas is a Christian holiday technically, but it does borrow a lot of pagan shit. And a
lot of pagan shit.
Like, you think Christians use mistletoe and pine trees in their house? Fuck off. No, but Christmas is a Christian holiday. Let's get that out right now. Christmas was designed by borrowing a lot of things and turned into this. Santa Claus is a little bit of a vague concept because there is Saint Nicholas who gave a poor family a shoe full of money one time, and that kind of, I'm not kidding, that's what it's written, but like that made Santa Claus. But also there's a lot of other like folklore things. A lot of historians believe that there's just shit that's just lost to time because not everything was written down. A lot of it was just word passed between another. So Santa Claus is a little bit of a gray area. But I will say that despite being a Christian figure, we need to modernize Santa. Now, I'm not saying like, well, Santa needs to either not be involved at all or needs to be like 100% one way, but we need to appease everybody at the same time. And I feel like Santa shouldn't be using magic anymore. Because Santa's magic. He's fucking riding around the sky with reindeer. So let's
This is not reindeers. Where I was expecting that whole thing to go at all. Yeah, well, I mean, do you feel like he uses magic now? Maybe it's just pop culture, but I feel like all the movies are showing that we don't fucking believe in him anymore. So he has had to switch to usually at Tesla level technology because it does not work very well.
That's what I'm saying is I do think that Santa needs to embrace the modern age and become more technologically driven. Like instead of sending letters to Santa, you email Santa now. Now, Santa's
I
not
feel
using
like
magic anymore, so Christians can't get mad that Santa's using witchcraft, and everyone else still gets Santa that's doing his shit, but it's not using magic because magic isn't exactly cool and hip in the Bible.
yeah, that's
And
true. That's true.
I'm trying not to step on their toes because it is their thing. It's just that Santa wants us to modernize it. So I think technology. You use those Amazon drones to deliver presents. Boom.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, if you just took advantage of the whole Amazon warehouse situation, you could really dive into the technological aspect of just automating your whole system and firing all the elves too. That's pretty modern take.
I mean, don't fire them because they have to be unionized, right? Like you're setting
Fuck,
yourself
yeah,
for
you're right.
litigation. Just
I forgot that
incorporate
they
them in a
did
new
that.
way. Like get a warehouse going, and like they can operate drones and
Yeah.
create shipment manifests, whatever. Um,
Shipment manifest.
that's a thing,
Um,
isn't it?
I gotta say, I don't necessarily think we should be doing it by email. That doesn't feel modern enough for me. I think Santa letters by like tweet or text
Or like
message
yeah,
feels
automatic
more
text.
appropriate. Yeah.
I I kind of agree, but I don't think it should be text based on like the world is already bogged down by like you text a service and then you get like an auto response like thank you for joining in this thing, some charges may apply, and it's like it feels kind of cold and lifeless, you know.
Okay. So what's your alternate suggestion?
Fact checker said, does Santa have a Discord? I think that's it. I think Santa needs to set up
Shit.
a Discord. We have a Discord
Yeah.
channel.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I
Well, because then you
actually
can join and you're not like obligated to have it up in your face if you're not interested in Santa's goings on.
I think Discord channels do have like a limit, but I do think that there should be different Discord servers because there should
Yeah.
be from this point on different Santas, like a Santa assigned to different regions of the world.
Yeah, you're saying like Santa general managers.
Yes, Santa GMs.
Yeah, SGMs. Yeah. And then you'll have like an SDM, so it's like a Santa district manager who does like all of the like Pacific Northwest or something.
Right. We could. I mean, this way also like frees the reindeers because it's kind of fucked up for them.
Yeah, we can create a reindeer sanctuary. That's a very modern take. We
Yeah.
care about the environment. We're rehabilitating some extremely abused, overlabored reindeers.
Yeah, it's gonna
They
be
can
very
go live with
green.
the elephants that got let out of the circus.
Yes.
They can bond.
Also, with this, I do think that Santa's presents need to be scaled down. This is a personal thing. It's
Like
not so
in
much like
physical size or financial means.
yes and yes. I think that presents from Santa need to be more humble. Like back then, it used to be like, here's a wooden train and a dolly for Sue and shit. Or fact checker said a book. A book's also a good idea. Is Santa should be providing like basic presents, like a learning book and stuff. And I think that the parents should be putting their name on the bigger presents. You don't want Santa to get all the credit for the shit you buy your kid. Don't do that. Make Santa like, especially because it's not even like equal. Is like, well, why did fucking Timmy get an Xbox from Santa and I got like a fucking Lego set? That seems kind of unequal. You want Santa to be fair across the board. I think everybody should be adopting Santa giving basic kind of cheaper presents. Or even just stocking stuffers. Santa just coming down the chimney, stuffing them stockings and getting out.
You know what? I actually do think that's a really nice modern take because Santa being down for equality and not totally basing his gifts off of class seems like a nice update to Santa Claus.
Yeah, and
The
that's
kids will
something
respond to it better.
and that's something parents need to be taking charge of. Like because sometimes they'll put Santa's name on a present. Oh, ha ha, fun. No, you put your name on it and then let Santa do his thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. How would we tackle like I feel like advent calendars are very Christmassy.
You're right, but I think advent calendars are doing fine on their own. I mean, like
Okay, so you want to keep
they
those?
still make the shitty chocolate ones, but there's like all kinds of new advent calendars now. There's like ones with alcohol. There's like ones with like a new Lego set for every day of the month. I think advent calendars are doing just fine at modernizing themselves.
You know what? That's fair. You can buy sock calendars now,
Yeah.
or like show themed advent calendars and stuff. That's valid. All right. So what about a different sort of Christmassy tradition, like Elf on a Shelf?
I think Elf on a Shelf needs to be buried. It's that is the newer tradition that we didn't have as kids. I had never heard of Elf on a Shelf, and like all of a sudden, like everybody's
I don't think
talking.
Elf on a Shelf is a new tradition.
Elf on a Shelf is totally new tradition. I've never heard of Elf on a Shelf until fucking Twitter became a thing.
That doesn't mean it's a new tradition.
The fact checker, fact check me.
Yeah, I'm curious because I mean, I could be totally talking out of my ass, but I thought it was an old one.
I don't think it is.
I guess we'll find out.
If it is an
All right.
older one, it's like not that old. Like I'm willing to give you 60s at the very latest. 2005. Thank you, fact checker.
What? There's no way Elf on a Shelf became a thing in 2005?
Yeah, man.
That's ridiculous. All right, so we just want to burn that one down.
Yeah, because Elf on a Shelf is like a weird thing, isn't it? The Elf on a Shelf tradition started back in 2005 when Carol Abersold, I don't know, and her daughter Shanda Bell. Whoa, man, you got some names in your family. Self-published the book The Elf on a Shelf: A Christmas Tradition, along with a special box with a small scout elf inside. You can't just be like, this is a Christmas tradition, everybody, and then get everybody on board. Actually, no, wait, you can because it worked.
I mean, that's literally how traditions start. So you go, I want to do ribs giving. It's happening now. And then every year you do it.
Yeah, that's fair. But like, isn't the whole thing
I like how quickly your sail deflated. Yeah, that's fair.
But like, isn't the whole thing with Elf on the Shelf is that the elf's watching and reporting to Santa? So like, the whole thing's kind of like putting a negative spin on it, in my opinion.
Tradition. Like, I don't understand why people have ever liked it. I think I thought it was old because it's fucking creepy.
I mean, it was 2005. You were like 10 years old, weren't you? By the time it was a thing.
2005? Yeah. When it became a thing, yeah.
Yeah. I was already pretty much an adult at that point. God damn, you're young.
God damn, you're old.
Fair.
All right, so we're just gonna burn the elf out back.
Burn the elf. I'm sorry, Carol and
wait.
Shanda.
Is that the new tradition? Is instead of putting the elf, you have an elf on your shelf and you throw him into the fireplace?
I do think that that's already kind of a tradition, is a lot of people are like very negatively receiving of the elf on a shelf. So I think some people are already doing that. Not burning, but
I mean, like, I'm sure someone has. But I'm saying, let's make the burning him a tradition.
I mean, we already have the Yavle goat, but like, I feel like introducing burn this is like a kind of a dangerous concept.
Is it just because it's kind of pagan?
It's a little pagan.
Yeah, well, I mean, the whole thing's pagan. I feel like we should, part of, I think, modernizing is we can reconnect to the roots in a new way, though.
This elf on a shelf tradition is easy to uphold and follows 3 simple rules. First, children cannot touch the elf or he will lose his magic. If this happens, no worries, just get some cinnamon next to the elf overnight, and his magical powers will revive.
Why is Elf on a Shelf like the ladies with the fucking healing stones? If you have granite too close to you for too long, it starts becoming negative. Well, if your elf is touched, he just needs cinnamon.
Well, the elf has like Reiki powers, so like it's got to be like recharged. His chakras got to be recharged.
Yeah, we got to ditch this shit. We just talked about not having magic.
Second, the elf does not speak or move while the children are awake. Psst, for all you parents out there, wait until your kids are asleep before you move your elf. The biggest rule of all, have fun. But, wait, I don't understand what you do with those rules. Didn't really tell me anything. Move your elf while your kids are asleep. Why are you moving him? That wasn't posted.
It's to make it seem like the elf is living a Toy Story life.
God, thank you. I was just about to say we're running fucking moral dilemmas of your children with fucking Toy Story law.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Since we're talking about Santa, at what age do you think it becomes inappropriate to keep convincing your child that Santa exists. Like, I understand that kids at different ages eventually come to this conclusion, but let's pretend that this kid lives in a bubble and like has yet to realize it for themselves. Like, at what age should you tell your child?
I feel like after around teenage, 13, don't tell your kid, but if your kid comes up to you and you're like, is Santa real? Then be like, all right, we got to have the talk. But otherwise, let them believe it, I guess. Like, I know when I was a kid, and a lot of other people, I think Fact Checker 2 had the dilemma of whether Santa is real. Like, we were always told, like, well, do you believe in Santa's presence? Then yes, Santa's real. So, like, it kind of like tells you, like, if you stop, trying to celebrate the tradition and believing in Santa, you won't receive presents.
Yeah, my mom always says you got to believe to receive.
Fact Checker says, I found out my parents tried to keep the lie going. I found them writing Santa's name on presents. I broke down. Well, that's because you were...
This was 2 years ago.
Well, that's because you were a naughty kid and they knew Santa wasn't delivering you presents.
They were like, oh, fuck, you didn't come for this one.
It was a traumatic year.
All I got was coal. What? You made them change the name on all the presents?
God, you're such a spoiled brat.
From Santa was a lie. What should Santa give kids instead of coal? Which also, I'm going to agree with you, objectively, like, not a terrible gift. Probably don't want it as a kid, but in the fucking 1400s, I could put that coal in a fire and keep warm.
I would never put Santa down as like from Santa. I'd always put from Spider-Man because that is more fun.
That's a lie Game Edge wants to live in.
Yeah, I've chosen my lie. You've chosen your lie, and that's fine. But you let me live my lie.
Yeah.
I think. All right. So for the punishment thing,
lies wrapped up
we need to.
tree.
I think we need to bring back the like antithesis Santas. Like maybe not so much Krampus, because Krampus is like friends with Santa technically. Like they're on the same side.
Yeah.
But like we need an anti-Santa, like a blue Santa who steals from bad kids. Like, all right, in this case, Santa gives every kid presents, and then like evil blue Santa breaks in and steals the presents of the naughty kids.
Okay, so in that premise, normal Santa is also supposed to be like nice, jolly, and love everybody. So should blue Santa just be like a total like racist fucking asshole?
No, here's the thing. Blue Santa should never speak. He has a statuesque...
He's just dead silent.
He has a statuesque expression at all time. It's very stoic. And very stern, and he just never breaks character. Never speaks, nothing. He kicks the door open and like grabs a train set out of a kid's hands and like walks away.
He's actually a really nice guy when he's not on the clock, but he never breaks character when he's working.
Yeah.
I'm picturing it like in my head of just you walking, like the whole trope of a little kid walking into the living room to catch Santa putting gifts under the tree, but it's blue Santa, just deadpan standing creepily in front of the fire and slowly like grabbing all of their gifts and just leaving. Oh, yeah, I like that a lot. I like that.
And for those, if you want to appease blue Santa, like make it so that he doesn't take your presents if you're a bad kid, instead of leaving out milk and cookies, you leave out like absinthe and Coke.
Yeah, he also he kind of likes to pretend like he's healthy, so he likes when his protein, like having a protein shake, but with the booze mixed in.
I mean, he has a steady diet of cocaine, so I'm pretty sure he's got a thin body.
Well, that's where the protein powder comes from in the shake.
While we're talking about presents, what about that tree? Should we change the tree? I mean, like the pagan things in general, like the tree and the mistletoe. Mistletoe has to go. It is. We are in a post-Me Too era. No more mistletoe. Mistletoe is just making your uncle be touchy-grabby. No, that's outside.
Yes. Total side note, I've been trying to screenshot my fucking screen, and for whatever reason, it's not working. But, there's just the picture of mistletoe looks like a fucking chicken, and I can't find a version that I can save and send to you.
I also found a random thing. I forget what it was, but I took a picture of it because it looked like a chicken. And no, it was chicken. Brittany was making katsu.
It was
and
just chicken.
No, it was chicken katsu, and she took a picture of it because the katsu came out looking like a rabbit. It's weird. Anyway, the Christmas tree. Christmas trees
Yeah, that's
are
definitely we're an environmental Santa now.
Yeah. I mean, they are trees. They're big and messy and gross, and like you may get chipmunks that sing in your house if you do it. That can't be good. Also, plastic trees suck.
Fuck, like do you make like a recycled tree with materials that you've been collecting and hoarding all year from your I don't know, like your compost and recycle bins?
I mean, hold on. We might be thinking too hard about this. I mean, it has to be something cool that like is hip, that everybody likes.
Yeah. I mean, environmentalism is hip, but I get what you mean. Is we're not hitting sexy on this.
Yeah,
one.
it has to be something where you're like you put it up and you're like, I can't believe we ever had a tree. We could have had this the whole time.
Yeah.
We're close. We just gotta. God, what could it be? Oh, a 2000 Ford Nissan Altima.
A piñata.
Pinata. I also said 2 brands of cars. That's fun.
2000 Ford Nissan Altima. Yeah. Yeah, you did.
I don't
had
know
to go
cars.
through it in my head. You know what? I accepted it the first time around, and then I had to repeat it to realize what you said.
Maybe a tablet like hanging from the ceiling.
Oh,
and
yes,
it's got a picture
there we go.
of a Christmas tree on it.
Yes. Yeah, kind of like when you put the Yule log on your TV to pretend like you have a fireplace in your house.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I've never
I love
done
that,
but
I love that. Yeah, it's just a tablet hanging from the ceiling with fishing wire.
Yeah.
And it has a picture of a tree on it.
God, that's good. All right, what else? What's
Shit.
next?
All right, what replaces the mistletoe? We're on a roll.
We're not. Mistletoe's gone. I'm just saying, like, there's nothing.
We're burning
good.
it with the elves?
Yeah, there's nothing redeemable about mistletoe. Mistletoe is just a lawsuit waiting to happen. No forced kisses. Thank you, fact checker. No forced kisses. It's not good. Because you either like, oh, under the mistletoe, and it's like you're harassing me, or like, we don't have to kiss, let's hug. Well, now you've already undermined the tradition, so let's just be done with it.
Yeah, let's leave it outside.
If you want to kiss somebody with their permission. The end.
You don't need a plant for that.
Yeah.
Or at least I hope you don't.
But like, if you want something to like be like, oh, we're both doing this, so we can kiss if you want, I propose Fireball.
Like the alcohol?
No, the spell, you idiot. Yes, the fucking alcohol.
I just don't understand. Do you just pull out a shot of Fireball, look at somebody and go, well, if we're gonna do this, might as well kiss afterwards?
I think the tradition should just be like, everybody should be on board with this. Everybody has to be on board with this.
Everybody should take a shot of Fireball and then kiss each other. Pretend like it's New Year's Eve.
Yeah, everybody has to be on board with this or it does not work. But like, if you and somebody else are like sharing Fireball, you're going to kiss. Like, everybody's kind of on board with that.
That's part of Fireball's marketing, actually.
Fireball, you'll kiss.
Even when you're with your buds.
But
your partners.
If you're getting together with your buds and like somebody's like, let's all drink Fireball, then everybody's on board. Everybody knows what's happening. Yeah,
everybody knows what's going to happen. It's written on the bottle.
It is.
They're very upfront about it.
You got to use those like weird like 3D glasses you get from a Kid Cuisine to like see the writing on the Fireball that says you'll kiss, but like it's there already. Yeah. We just all have to embrace it and come to terms with it.
All right. Okay, so tablet tree and Fireball shot kisses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, next. We talked about this already, but I know you're on board, and I feel like 90% of the world is also on board. We need to traditionalize candy canes again. We need to go back to just, this is a peppermint candy cane.
Holy shit.
Nothing else.
Yes, I was in a Target today. Do you want to know what flavor candy cane I saw? I'm going to give you a hint. It's a cookie. No fruit involved.
Is it an Oreo?
Yes. How the fuck did you make Oreo candy canes? And why?
I'm gonna be honest. Like, you revealed that it's Oreo. I was like, that might actually be good.
You can't start this campaign and not be with me
That's a
on
good
that
point.
being
Yeah, yeah. I
weird.
take it back. We're
Yeah.
we're anti candy cane except for the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are
I don't
Peeps
even
flavored
like
candy
peppermint,
canes.
but we've gone too far.
There's a Brennan Lee Mulligan dropout skit where he's like the CEO of Oreos, and he's like doing a commercial, and he's like, "Here's what the new Oreo is. Nothing. We made the best cookie. We did it. Go
We're
home. Be with
done.
your family. You don't need to
It's
make
all
more."
smooth sailing. We don't need to do shit anymore.
And it's true. Like,
no,
the
it does
perfect
not
cookie
need
was
to be
made.
reinvented.
We don't need like hot fudge sundae Oreos. No, or strawberry milkshake Oreos. It's done. The Oreo is fine.
Yeah.
And candy canes are the same way. Stop it. We don't need Sour Patch Kids candy canes. If you want Sour Patch Kids, eat fucking Sour Patch Kids.
Yes, if you want them to be hard and weird to eat so you can suck on them for a long time, put them in the freezer.
For
You don't
fuck's
need to
sake.
reshape them.
Yeah.
It's a crime. It's all the fruit candy canes need to go to Satan.
Yeah, I mean, when I was little, like,
They're
they had like
being
the
reassigned.
rainbow ones that were kind of cherry flavored. Those are fine, but I feel like we have to get rid of those too if we're gonna do this.
Yeah, it's really they
It's
are
all
getting
or
lumped
nothing.
in because what happened is they started this.
Yes, yeah.
They started it in a good place, but then it just went rapidly downhill.
They opened the door for this fucking beast, and now we're all living with Shrek in our house, and that's not okay.
Yeah, the fruity candy canes were a gateway drug to Oreo candy canes, and we're here now.
I mean, like, I don't know why anybody's like, they're clearly trying to market Christmas, but like, candy canes are the worst material candy ever.
I like that you can turn them into shanks, though.
That's part of the problem. You're trying to foster positive ethics and morality in your household, and then giving them things that they can make prison shanks out of. No.
You ever have kids try to stab you as a kid with their candy cane?
I mean, I was a kid, so yes, because we would stab each
You're
other.
like, I also murdered 3 other children.
I mean, I was
with
a
my
kid.
Candy cane shank.
I was a kid sucking on candy cane, stabbing myself. So
Yeah, that's fair. Just peppermint candy canes, for God fucking sake.
yeah.
Can we do something about caroling? There is nothing less modern than people coming up to my door expecting to talk to me.
I'm glad you said that. Now, first of all, we discussed.
Just read Brittany's message.
Did you ever hang them on your tree? Because that's how we got ants. Yeah, man.
Just like that.
Also, candy canes suck to unwrap.
There's
God.
nothing good about a candy cane. As somebody that hates peppermint, there's nothing good about a candy cane. They come in obscene packaging because it's usually a box wrapped in plastic, and within that box wrapped in plastic, there are fucking candy canes that are individually wrapped that you have to either sit there and try to find like a pointy stabby thing to stab through it, or you have to like peel it with your fingernails or your teeth over and over again.
Like the worst banana ever.
Yes,
and then
over and over again until it fucking opens.
And then it's a commitment. You have to eat the entire candy cane because are you just gonna
and it's too much.
Are you gonna like just like twist the wrapper and then save it for later? Fuck off.
No, and then it's peppermint, and that's terrible. That's mostly a me thing.
Okay, if you like,
yeah,
if you like peppermint, I don't like peppermint either, like those little spiral ones. But like, yeah, if you're into peppermint, good for you. But like, I think that candy canes are the worst material.
It's a lot of candy.
And quantity, just generally awful. But I'm willing to accept it in order to get rid of the fucking peep flavored ones. We don't need that.
Yeah, same. No, I will fall on the sword of I like the fruity candy canes, but there's too many things going wrong here that I'm fine with vetoing them off the map.
All right, back to caroling. I think, well, first of all, I think caroling needs to be modernized. We need newer songs.
Yes. Yeah. We need new, like, a lot of Christmas music. Granted, there are some newer Christmas albums and songs, but a lot of Christmas music's the same shit.
I also feel like the newer Christmas songs aren't anywhere near the mark. Everybody's like trying to like, what if I make the next Mariah Carey song? And they don't.
You can't.
Now,
stop trying.
I think that for caroling, first of all, I haven't watched it yet, but there is like the newer thing on Netflix with Sabrina Carpenter and Chappell Roan basically singing Christmas songs. I feel like that's kind of how we do caroling now. Is caroling is a streamable service. Like if you want caroling, you seek it out on Netflix and pop it up. There it is. In fact, Go watch the one on Netflix.
Yeah,
I forget what it's called.
I do too, but it looked good and it's on my list.
Hold on, I'm like looking real quick. Yeah, A Nonsense Christmas with Sabrina Carpenter. Chaperone's also in it. So go watch that for caroling
Yeah,
and stop
I like
bothering
that.
people at their house when they're trying to enjoy their time away from work.
You know, I really like this. We're really modernizing a lot of things. We have the Yule log that you can put on the TV. We have the tablet tree. And now we have just go to Netflix for your caroling.
Yeah,
I like it because I think modernizing Christmas should suck kind of the warm soul out of it.
I do agree.
Because we
Yeah,
have to go a little bit corporate if we're going to modernize.
yeah,
Shouldn't
like
suck all of it out. Like there's still warm tones happening, but it's not as cozy. It's got to be a little sleeker, a little deader inside.
I also think that Santa hats, like, because everybody, like, first of all, like for Christmas, they put on Santa hats and boom,
Yeah.
you're festive. I think Santa hats need to be modernized too. I think we need to get like some LEDs up on there. I think we need better
Okay.
designs, like you know how like Nike Air Force One shoes like are in all different kinds of like limited
Yes.
edition flavors and colors. We need to do
Yeah.
that with Santa hats. We need like the new Santa hat dropped. There's only 100 of these ones, but it's like a turquoise with like a pink streak on it.
Ooh,
And like
I like that.
yeah, Santa hats are now limited edition.
Okay. All right. I like that. Each year there's just a certain number.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that. I want us to talk about, and this is going to be a little bit controversial, but gift giving.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about how we need to make Frosty have a sex change, but yeah, your thing's better.
No, I mean that too, but I figured we'd get there.
I mean, if that's what Frosty wants, I think it is, but like no pressure. Anyway, back to gift
you
giving.
have to let Frosty go on this journey at their own pace.
I think gift giving needs to be a certain price point standard period across the border.
Yeah, $5.
I want to say
out what you can craft.
$20.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think $20 is a safe mark.
If you want to buy something big for somebody, like I want to get this person a PlayStation because I love them. Thank you, fact checker. Is that you should do that outside of Christmas, just like as a hey, I appreciate you. Here you go. Not because
Also-
I'm told to by Christmas.
Yes, and I also want to address, there's a lot of people on this earth. I shouldn't have to buy all of you fucking Christmas gifts so that you don't think that we have like a poor relationship.
Yeah.
There needs to be a statute of limitations. Like, you remember when MySpace had you could choose your top 10 friends? Like, that's what this is.
Jesus,
You
I
choose
don't
your
know.
top 10. You choose your top 10, and everybody else needs to just get past it.
Like MySpace corporate knew that they were like inciting chaos.
Yeah.
We're like, you'd
Yeah.
like say hey to your friend, they're like, hey, and then like later you watch your fucking stock drop on their page.
Yeah. And I don't know. Higher stakes, it's more important, it's more meaningful. Your family doesn't even have to be included because that's sometimes a lot of people.
Yeah, and you don't have to buy presents for your family anymore. That's yeah.
Yeah. Just only if they're in your top 10. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a very fucking Mario Party end of friendship way of doing it, but I think it'll be fine.
I do think that there needs to be a limit to how many presents you can get for somebody too.
Yeah.
That way you're not like obligated like to buy your boss something because like, oh
Yes.
well, you know, you're kind of like, I see you every day, but I do have friends and family and they all got presents, so you understand why I didn't get you anything.
Yes, exactly. And then there's no expectation because fucking you haven't been on my top 10 friends list. So you knew that
Yeah.
I wasn't going to get you.
You're also my
anything.
boss, not even a friend, so
Yeah, we're not even on MySpace together. How was I supposed to add you?
Christmas MySpace is basically what we're boiling this down to.
Yes. Yeah, Christmas MySpace.
That's it. Santa needs to create a new Christmas MySpace website
There
where
you go.
where you
Yeah, fuck
formulate
the
all your
Discord.
presents and you tweet out your message of like your list and everything.
Yeah.
And then everything goes from there.
Fuck yeah, there we go. Boom.
Santa, you need a new website. Boom.
Yeah, damn, you can't get much more modern than that. 'Cause
You-
then it can also double up as an app too.
Yeah,
so.
I was about to say you get an app
Check.
for it. QR
Yeah.
code, everything. Every present has a QR
Mhm.
code, so you can just scan it. Boom. It goes on your wish
Easy
list.
peasy. Yep.
Everything's basically
Shit.
like a wedding registry, where it's like a Christmas registry.
Uh-huh.
Christmas
Yeah.
registry.
Yeah. Boom. Holy fuck, we really just like one fell swooped a lot of aspects of this.
Shit, man, we're so good at this.
Yeah. You know what I find really funny is on my list, because I Googled like Christmas traditions, church attendance is on here.
I mean, I kind of already said that like Christmas is a Christian holiday, but it's also a lot of other things too. If you want to do church, that's you. You could do that. You don't. But I'm not. You're not obligated to. But I don't want to step on any toes. Like if you do religious things all you want with your friends and family, go for it.
Snort all the religion with Blue Santa.
But if you don't want to go to church, don't.
Don't do things you don't want.
Yeah.
That's okay. Sometimes you have to, but mostly no. Wreaths. This is a plant that we missed.
Wreaths, wreaths are dumb.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't
what do you
think
want me
they
to say?
throw them in the fire dumb. Should you just make like a wreath of fireball shots
I mean,
so
like,
that people know what kind of house they're coming into?
It's a Christmas tree in ring form with a bow. Like, you don't need that.
Yeah. What would you replace it with? What do you need? What should you have on your door?
I think you need to find something you love and turn that into your like garland wreath thing. Like a couple years back, I saw somebody made a wreath out of like RAM sticks from a computer, and I thought that's cool. Like, and they used like a motherboard ribbon cable as the actual ribbon for it.
Oh, okay.
So like you could like I like dolphins, so you make one that's kind of incorporates dolphins or something. I don't know. I'm spitballing.
Okay, so you want it to be like a little bit more personality specific.
Sure. Or
okay, I like that.
Better idea. We make pans, specific pans for this idea, but all wreaths are now garlic bread. You bake garlic bread.
Oh my god.
And then you hang that on your door, and then if it's able to live the 12 days of Christmas without crows picking it apart, then you get a special prize from Santa.
Yeah, okay. Sold. It also keeps the vampires out of your house.
That's the dumbest idea I've ever come up with, and you fucking gobbled it up.
Yes, because I love garlic bread.
That's fair.
Yeah, what the fuck? Did you think I wouldn't be down for a fucking loaf of garlic bread?
You're like
it's gonna smell good every time you walk in your house. I can make it gluten-free, bitch. I know how to make bread.
I feel like it's cheating though.
Smell good every time you come into your house.
If you make a gluten-free garlic bread wreath and put it on your door, and then fucking crows are like, fuck that. You shouldn't be automatic win the prize.
No, you know what? There's gonna be a small percentage of crows that are like, oh my god, they finally made us gluten-free bread.
Finally, I have celiac, and it's been killing me for years. I'm a crow.
Celiac plagues a lot of crows. It plagues 5% of crows, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a lot of crows.
For just 10 cents a day, you can help.
You can feed a celiac crow. I want to see one of those, like, sad, in the arms of an angel. And it's just crows eating bread and then shitting themselves. And then fucking... Who's the lady that does those videos?
Sally Struthers. At least it was in the 90s. I don't know.
No. It's a singer.
Oh, that's Sarah McLachlan.
Yeah, Sarah McLachlan comes out and is holding a crow with a diaper on.
And what's her face?
Oh fuck.
Alyssa Milano is the person doing the thing now.
Is she taking the mantle?
I guess.
Could you imagine being like, "What's your career?"
Well, to be fair, Alyssa Milano was in a lot of things. She was in Charmed and other movies.
No, I know. But, like, you're going on a date. I don't tell you about my whole career path. Like, I tell you about what job I'm currently working. And, like, Sarah McLachlan did those commercials for a long time.
I mean, she does the music for it. She's not in the commercials, I don't think.
No, I'm pretty sure she's in some of them.
No, I don't think
There's a famous actress lady that is in the sad commercials when it plays in the arms of an angel.
It's Alyssa Milano and used to be Sally Struthers. That's who I'm doing. Fact checker,
Fact checker, can
do
you send
it.
a
I don't
picture?
care.
I do. I'm intrigued. Anyway, Sarah McLachlan comes out with a crow in a diaper. Asks if you want to donate 10 cents to support gluten-free crows. That's a great band name. TM gluten-free crows.
That's already a thing.
God, if that's already a thing, I would love.
A fact checker. Good news for crows. No, crows cannot have celiac disease because they are not humans. Well, fuck you, fact checker. I didn't ask for that
damn it.
fact.
Why'd you take this from us?
We asked-
I asked you if Sarah McLachlan was in the commercial and you stole my whole business idea. I had dreams before this message.
Fact checker sucks. New Christmas tradition is you hit fact checker.
No, you don't hit her. You just send her a lot of candles that smell like butt.
All right, I'll hit her.
Okay.
She's in the
She
commercial.
is in the commercial with the sad dog. Thank you. Thank you.
That's right. The animal one is
Gambit-
Sarah McLachlan, and the kids one, because there was that meme for a while where Alyssa Milano's like, what would you do if there's a child in front of you?
Yes, that's what it is. There we go.
We tied that up. Back to Christmas.
Yeah. I loved that tangent.
I think we covered everything.
How do you feel about candles?
Candles are fine. We have candles. We still use candles.
Okay. What? Do you want to cover gingerbread houses at all?
Ooh, I
Speaking
do.
of celiac.
Actually, yes. Gingerbread houses should not be a thing anymore because nobody eats them anyway. Why?
Yeah.
Do
okay.
we even?
I have a fucking question for you.
Yeah.
There's gingerbread house kits that are obviously just pre-made cookies, which kind of weird. Well, no, I guess you buy other cookies.
A
on
lot
the
of them
shelf, so
even say like
weird.
not for eating too.
What? You're kidding.
Is Christmas for ants? It's ant propaganda. Thank you, fact checker.
That's why they want all this food that
Christmas
decorates
is for
your
ants.
shelves.
You leave cookies out for Santa. Fuck off. They're for ants.
Oh my God. Wait. Did we just, you know how we unmasked the Poplik train? Is Santa just a bunch of ants in a suit with a fake beard on?
I think
that would make sense how he can do so many things. Like they lift way more than their body weight.
They also deliver presents all over the world because there's literally trillions of ants too.
Yes. And they're a hive mind. Like they're all going for the same. Oh my God, Santa's ants.
Rachel, we need to stop because I feel like we're about to say something that we can't take back, and it's just gonna like this is dangerous for us. Like they know where we live. They know. Well, thank you for listening to We Have That Podcast at Home. This is the time we want to reserve to talk about music. This week I want to talk about Tom Cardy. Tom Cardy is a hilarious, funny singer. He does a lot of things, but specifically the song H.S., which stands for Hot Shit. It is a song that stands out on its own. Like, the first couple times I heard the song, I didn't even know what the words were. I'm just like, this is a fucking bop. This is really good, whatever it is. It's about space and Pluto being hot shit despite being a dwarf planet, and how the sun and black holes are like, cool. It's a motivational bop.
Hell yeah. Yeah, this week I would like to recommend Tall Grass by Madge and Portugal the Man.
Oh.
It's a nice little upbeat bop. Yeah, just you groove along to it. It's good. It's good. Entertaining for your ear holes. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. If you liked what you heard, or you want to feel as equally supported by Santa as we absolutely do, we are in line with all of his, just, you know,
we
his
love Santa.
morals
Santa
and ethics
is good.
as a human being that is wearing that as an actual human
with human hands.
Yes, with real hands.
I just spoke to him. He
eyes.
had language skills like a human does.
Yes, and he is so comforting.
So comforting. Jesus. Oh my God.
Yeah, he just exudes human warmth.
Continue leaving him cookies and out.
Yeah, cookies, milk. Honestly, he said you can start spilling stuff on the floor and like let it do that thing where it dries and gets really sticky.
No cinnamon.
Yeah, no cinnamon.
Yeah, apparently,
for God's sake, no cinnamon.
The cinnamon thing is with the elf on a shelf is like not real and it's bad for Santa. So just
no, that's why
cookies.
We're burning the elves. No, we're burning the elves. Santa's extremely allergic to cinnamon. Don't use cinnamon. Yeah, so like and subscribe on your most favoriteest podcasting place. Like and subscribe the North Pole too. If you want us to talk about a thing, or you want us to talk about how warm Santa is, please email us at whtpah@gmail.com. That's whoopah@gmail.com. or WHTPAH on Blue Sky. That's Whatpa on Blue Sky. Or you can follow us on Instagram at We Have That Podcast at Home. All one word. Fact Checker will post lots of awesome photos of Santa Santa and his beautiful human face.
I'd also like to thank me for the use of our theme song, Wind Beneath My Swings, off of the album Your Mom Wants to Run Errands with Me. It's available exclusively in the pawn shop on 3rd in Wyoming. For our next episode, we're doing pop culture automatically. No need to spin the wheel because it's going to be the last episode of the year, and we want to talk about this fucking year, and pop culture is how we do it.
Fuck yeah, we're going to give you all of our faves.
I'm on Brand Gamage.
And I'm on Brand Rachel. And this has been We Have That Podcast at Home.
Thank you.
Gamage, did you cut? I can't do this Santa thing anymore. He's looking at me with all of his tiny eyes.
I can't even tell if they're actually looking. It's creepy. I didn't know ants could make noise, but if you get a billion of them together and they just like sit staring haha, yes, no, we're
sound.
Good. Yeah, the episode's done now. We gotta cut.
Yeah, we stopped recording. It's fine.
Call 911.
I can't handle the scuttling sound anymore. I can hear it through the headphones.